Meeting is being recorded.
Hello everyone, hopefully you are joining us for our TechCast days. We are going to give you a minute or two to get settled. Make sure you've got a nice fresh cup of coffee. We're in for a 3-hour marathon of analytics, TechCasts, machine learning, and mine and Dan's bad chat.
Abby, good to see you. As always, I've got my tea ready.
Excellent, you're all set. It's here in the UK, so I'm already onto the kind of pop for the afternoon. You know, get the sugar levels going again. Coffee's already gone.
Oh, all right. You're way ahead of me in the UK.
Yeah. So welcome everyone. If you want to say hi in the chat, feel free. Tell us where you're dialing in from. We're always intrigued to know where our audience is calling in from. It's always interesting. Get some new unique cities bouncing up on the chat. That's always good. Throughout the sessions, we'll be looking at the Q&A. So if you have questions for our speakers, put them in the Q&A. If you simply want to say hi to someone, put it in the chat. So all these wonderful people you see on screen will be joining us during the TechCast days. Just so you know, today you are on Tuesday, 13th of September. Welcome. We're doing Analytics Plus and Machine Learning Day. If you are game for another session tomorrow, we've got the amazing Spatial and Machine Learning Day. And what a star lineup you've got going on in there. Some great speakers. And then, famously, last day, Data Lakehouse. It's got to be the 101 buzz question of Oracle at the minute is Data Lakehouse. So, third day, definitely an interesting topic and one we're going to really dive into and get into more detail about the Data Lakehouse. So, let's start today, Dan. Let's see what we've got on the agenda.
Yeah.
So I'll be up first, joined by my colleague Phil. Phil, give us a wave. He's there. We're going to start diving into the world of Earth observation data in the Oracle Cloud. Then, followed by us, we have the wonderful Tim Vlamis and Gail Fink. They're looking at assessing postgrad outcomes using Oracle Analytics and the Autonomous Database. Then we'll get a fresh refill of those coffee cups. Don't want you to run dry during this session. So we'll get the coffee in. Then we've got the wonderful Jeroen looking at Oracle Machine Learning football, expected goals. If you're in the US, that's soccer. Just translating there for you all.
I like the way you used the American accent when you said soccer.
I need everyone to feel at home, Dan. Just going for making sure everyone feels at home. And then we're going for the new Oracle Analytics Semantic Modeler with Joel Cubics at the end. Dan, I don't know about you, but I think Semantic Modeler could be the new cool thing in Oracle Analytics. So looking forward to that one.
Yeah, me too.
If you do make it to day 2, which we recommend highly, then Spatial and Machine Learning, these are your presenters for day 2. Again, full agenda. They've got 2 coffee breaks and definitely need more coffee then. So definitely get in for this one.
One thing I'll point out for the day 2, just make sure if you registered for us, obviously for Analytics Plus Machine Learning, the Spatial and Machine Learning and the next one, Data Lakehouse, are separate invites. So you need to register for those separately. Don't be fooled by that. Don't show up here. We won't be here tomorrow.
No. You get away from mine and Dan's chat for tomorrow. That's fine. Third day, Data Lakehouse Day. Like I say, buzzword of the year. You know, if you're going for buzzword bingo, Data Lakehouse has to be on that bingo sheet. So we're really going to pull it apart and find out far more about the Data Lakehouse on the third day. Again, incredible presenters and really another one not to be missed. But as Dan says, you do need to register for all 3 days. So please make sure you've registered for all 3 days.
Then one of the things we want to do in the beginning of this is let you know that this is all run by the Analytics and Data User Community, what we affectionately call the ANDOUC. And we have, as part of that, the spatial and graph user community. This is all run by volunteers, just so we're all clear. We organize these tech casts every 2 weeks or so. We have regular tech casts. We'll talk a little more about that. But we are a user community. We want to encourage you all to be active with us. Join our Slack workspace. This is a public area where you can post questions, subscribe to our newsletter, join us on our various social media platforms. And spatial and graph, because they, if you will, do their own thing. They have their own areas in here, and there is basically a special interest group within our user community. We want to make sure that you're involved in all this. We are asking for you to submit your abstracts. We have a new platform we're using under the run by a company called Giles-Haigh. And so if you see any of the presentations we're giving this morning, and you say, hey, I'd like to be able to present something on this, we would love to have you do that. You can go to sessionize.com/ANDOUC-techcasts, and we'll have a link to that soon on our website. We just set this up just here, and so it's still getting incorporated in, but we would love to have you present on stuff that's of interest to you. If you want to join us on our various social media platforms, the website is andouc.org. You'll also see that at times it's analyticsanddatasummit.org. And any of these platforms, I won't try and read all these out. We'll put these in chat so that you can join us on our various social media platforms. So we'd love to keep the conversation going. Probably the main thing that we're doing now in terms of talking to each other is on Slack. So if you go to bit.ly/join-andouc-slack, you can join in there. And then there are channels for the individual groups within that you can join up. Make sure you join in those channels in analytics, spatial, machine learning, data lakehouse, and so forth for those one-to-one type of conversations. And this is what that looks like. We'll go into this more into the break. You can see that we have good conversations back and forth, and we try and encourage people to be available on there. By the way, if you want to check out our merchandise, Abby, I'll let you tell more people about that.
Yeah, so I have the joy of making merchandise for the A&D user community, so I come up with cool ideas that we can put on merchandise. Usually Dan has his color changing mug. He doesn't have it today, but we've got
still in the box.
Still in the box. Okay, so they're on our shop, and the sales of that just help us as a user community provide you more tech casts, more information, and hopefully getting more from your technology and kind of making that journey a bit easier for you.
I'll also make sure that you all know that we have announced publicly that we're doing an Analytics and Data Summit 2023. The band is getting back together again. And we're all going to be out at the Oracle Conference Center, Redwood Shores, basically the former Oracle headquarters, in March of 2023. We have the call for abstracts is open at this sessionize.com/AND Summit 2023. We'll have more details coming out on that. We would love to have you save that date and come join us, whether that be as a speaker or as an attendee. We're kind of excited to be back after 3 years, a hiatus, and back having our own conference on this stuff. All right, so with all of that out of the way, we do have our